didn't feel that way today. Clearly.
Oh.
Do you want me to double? Oh. We are. We're live.
We're live?
We're live. Awesome. Yep. That was loud. Hi, welcome to the Heritage Festival Committee meeting on March 26, 2025. Welcome. I'm just going to ask who you are because I don't think any of us know you.
Yeah, I'm Lauren.
Hi.
Hi. Nice
Welcome.
to meet you guys.
Thanks for coming.
Hi, yeah,
Lauren.
thank you for coming.
Hi.
That is Aaron behind you. He is a volunteer. He's volunteered a couple of years now? Yeah. Okay. Car
Here's
show.
a packet if you want to follow along.
Car show. Hooray.
Mm-hmm.
So,
Me?
this is all
Floor
you.
is mine.
This is you.
Okay, so before we start this meeting, I just want to address that MDOT has scheduled construction for the light signal at Four Corners to be replaced. Their construction period is September 9th through October 23rd. Their plan is to park all of their equipment and barricades in our parallel parking spots downtown. Dale and I are working on finding an alternative place for them to park that equipment for Heritage Fest weekend, so that we can park cars on Van Dyke. And hopefully they agree to that. So we're not panicking yet. I'm just keeping everyone apprised of the situation.
Mildly panicking.
I mean, I definitely was panicking earlier today, but
Yep.
I am no longer panicking. We will know, as I told Dale, we need to know as soon as possible so that we can plan.
Totally just like
I know,
stunned.
I'm sorry, Charlie.
Can't we discuss this with them and explain to them this is what's going on, and it's
MDOT
wonderful
does
you're
not
doing
care.
what you're doing, but
MDOT does not care
Yes,
what we
MDOT
do.
doesn't care, and they plan their.
No.
I don't know, my brain's just
I know. I
going,
know.
really? Okay.
I'm with you, but no, they don't really care.
So hopefully the alternative is for that weekend for them to park all of their equipment in the park or DPW's lot, and it won't be an issue.
Right, and bigger picture, is it going to take them 5 weeks to switch out the traffic signal? I highly doubt it. Right?
Probably not.
It
but
could be
it's the concrete and
done,
everything else.
But it's MDOT, they'll take it at the
or
last second
after.
possible.
Right? But so we just have to mentally prepare ourselves
Yep. So
for a hurdle.
Dale sent an email to them today, and him and I collaborated on an email that he sent to express how imperative it was for our festival and car show to have Van Dyke, to have the equipment moved. Hopefully we'll hear back tomorrow and know going forward. I have the car registration flyer done. I have the payment link on Square active, as well as the registration link, like online fillable form active. Please let me know if there's anything else that I missed that needs to be changed. I believe I changed everything that we discussed last time. On the back of the flyer is the red map to registration and lineup, the same as we used last year.
I don't want to burst your bubble before this goes anywhere. The name spot is not fillable. I was going to sign up so I could be the first one.
Okay.
But it's not fillable. So.
Can you check and see, because I used name instead of like an empty text box. Can you see if email, because I think I used email as the email text spot too.
You can put your email in the email text box, but yeah, just where it says name, there's not even a box.
Okay.
Yeah. There's no box there.
I can edit that.
Yeah.
And I won't have to redo the QR code, so that should still be fine.
Yeah.
Okay. Registration is still going to be in the same place as last year. I think from my view and registration view, I think it worked well. I think it kept everything coming in from one direction. We got rid of People's Choice. I am meeting with Wayne on Friday to discuss the coordination. He said that he is on board to help this year, so we're good with that. So then the class list will probably just fall under him, right? Anything else on the car show?
I would just add, when you talk to Wayne, get started on goodie bag collections as well. Is that on our sponsor?
Yeah, there
It
is.
is? Okay.
Yeah.
I know you sent them to me, but now I can't remember. Oh, I made little notations on all that stuff you sent me and I never gave them to you.
Well-
Excuse me, I was gonna say, I think we should, also now put out maybe some sort of a bulletin about, hey, help would be great. So we get some more people, and some of the people that say they know how to run car shows or work car shows, but don't come.
Actually, specifically, please discuss that on Friday. And then I'm serious.
I mean, I saw too many
I wish I could be there.
naysayers on Facebook complaining about this, complaining about that, yet their vehicle wasn't there and they weren't there. So, I mean,
Yep.
the keyboard warrior thing, I get it, but it's like, if you
Yep.
really want to see this thing grow, boom, and get it, step up.
I agree. I can. Maybe I'll do 2 separate sign-up geniuses, one for the car show and one for the rest of Heritage Fest. And I won't put the general Heritage Fest one out until summer, but maybe I'll start the car show one so that
Mhm.
we can get the guys' contact or ladies' contact information and make sure they're
Yep.
at these meetings.
Please reach out to Phil and make sure he's helping.
Phil?
I want Phil at
I can
registration.
text him, yeah.
I need Phil at registration. He was very good with us. He was a tall fella.
Yeah, I can
He did
text him.
well. He did well with the handling of the peoples as well. He did a good job.
He is good at that.
Yes.
I'd like to be there if they don't need me in town.
You're going to be there.
Okay.
You were already on the list. You don't have a choice. You have to be there now. So Phil was just a polite request because he was very
Okay.
helpful to us.
Fine.
Anything else on the car show before we kind of get to the rest of this? No?
Nothing
Okay.
I can
Entertainment. I still have Family Tradition for Friday, Sunset Boulevard for Saturday. If we're good with that.
Yeah.
Kyle's recommendation is that we find somebody else for Saturday, but I feel like Sunset Boulevard has a good following, so, and we haven't paid them any money, but we are on their schedule.
Change that if we're already on their schedule then.
They have a huge following. Their
Yeah,
Facebook is
and we've
nuts.
already, no, we can't change that now
We've
because
already
we've
s-
already shared that they're coming too.
And we've established a relationship with them, and I think
Yeah.
that they're incredible.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, they're a good time.
Kyle sent me 3 or 4 new companies for production a couple days ago. I'm going to reach out to them this week and get prices. Cornhole tournament, we do not have a coordinator currently. So if anybody knows or has any suggestions of who, I think it was super successful last year. It was, East St. Clair was packed, so
Do we want to reach out to the guy that did it 2 years ago? I can't remember what his name was right now.
I can't either, but I have his information saved.
I reach out to him and then maybe I'm pretty quite for sure he doesn't watch these, so I won't be to blame, but maybe ask James Johnson. He is
Yeah, I can
a
ask James.
cornhole aficionado. He may be interested.
Except he's gonna want to compete.
It's true. It's very true.
But he
Back
might know
up for a
somebody.
second.
Mm-hmm.
Did you find out anything about a disc jockey?
No, I thought you were reaching out to.
I thought I gave him your contact. Did he get a hold of you yet or no?
No.
I'll give you his stuff.
That's what I was gonna say.
Okay.
Why don't you give Angela his number?
Perfect.
All right.
And she'll reach out.
Okay. Because he sounded quite interested.
Perfect. Now the fun one, location of events. I attached last year's map. Well, last year's map that was supposed to happen, and then our entertainment tent got moved. I have emailed Nick Loftus and have not had any response from him. I think that would be the ideal location for the beer tent, unless we want to try to do it in East St. Clair again, since construction has been postponed. But I am apprehensive because I'm unsure if Village Council will be good with Thursday through Sunday again.
Well, if they approved it last year, why would they not approve it this year?
We didn't have incident last year.
Right? There were no incidents. There were no issues. And granted, that's not where it went, but it was still closed that whole time, wasn't it? Yeah.
So do we want to try for East St. Clair again, or is my first option?
So logistically, since Kyle wants to be so helpful, can we ask his opinion on where his first choice of tent placement would be for
I can, and I
Sound?
can tell you Mikey's first choice,
what's theirs?
Francis or Loftus Lot.
Yeah, well, if he's not going to respond to us, there's nothing we can do about that. It's not like we can force him, you know. So I do agree. I loved when we had it there. Honestly, it worked out really well. But if he's not going to return our calls, there's
So if he gets back to me, is that our first choice, or is our first choice still East St. Clair?
I think that would be our first choice, Loftus.
Okay. I think the location of everything else worked really well. I know that we had a complaint about the vendor location, but I think that that's as close to in the action as they're gonna get, and I think it worked well. But I'm open to,
I don't see where else we could put them, honestly. I mean, we could put them down School Street, maybe? Do we close School Street? Yes? No? I can't remember now.
we did close
Yeah.
School Street last year, but we
Honestly,
did that
that's
for
further
overflow
away, though.
parking.
And that's further away. Never mind.
I mean, on Mill Street, they were
Yeah.
in the center
Yeah.
of everything. I do need to make sure we can use the Sandlot again.
They're right on the edge of like the central district. Like,
Yeah, I thought it worked well. We only had one person complain, so I'm not really taking that.
Yeah.
I think the kids area worked well, having it all together.
Are we gonna have an issue there again? Or was the issue just with the bathroom there?
I will talk to John Dibo because he is the designated
Representative?
representative from the church to the
Okay.
DDA.
All right. Yeah, let's make sure that that's not gonna be an issue with them.
Okay, so location-wise, I think last year If I could have the entertainment tent in Lobda's lot and East St. Clair only closed on Saturday for food trucks. Actually, we could do the food trucks like we did when it was in Lobda's lot, where they were on East St. Clair on Saturday, but at night I think that was the most seamless, the beer tent. I know it impacted the law office, but with the food trucks backed right up, nobody had to leave. I think that was the best. So if we could merge last year's and the year before together, I think we will be set. Any other?
Oh, I think we had it mapped out pretty good last year, other than our, last minute issue, but.
I think the location of the porta potties worked well too.
Mhm.
There were enough throughout town.
So if we do have the entertainment tent on East St. Clair, is there enough room for porta potties and food trucks still? Because it was pretty full last year without the entertainment tent being there,
There
honestly.
definitely won't be room for cornhole. I think there'll be room for the entertainment tent and porta potties, and
It's gonna be tight.
it's gonna be tight.
Because it looks like a lot of room, but I know in all reality it's
Well, the porta potties can go in the no parking zone by Roots, by Fountain Park. We could put 2 there, and I think the plan was to put 2 in a grassy area. I can't really remember. The food trucks would be tight unless we could use the church's
I think you would have to.
lot for
We
the
t-
food trucks.
Yeah, last year it was, I'm just looking at this map. The food trucks were all where the stage is at and where the
Mhm.
porta potties.
Mhm.
The porta potties were on the opposite side of the entrance. And the food trucks went across East St. Clair on the
both
north.
sides.
Yeah, the north end though, especially
Mhm.
further down across that.
Yeah.
We wouldn't have enough room for that unless we utilize the church parking lot.
So
or
I think if
yeah.
I can get a hold of Nick, I think best case is we have the entertainment tent there, and then food trucks down East St. Clair and cornhole just on Saturday. If we cannot use that lot, we'll have to come up with an alternative place probably for food trucks, but that kind of defeats the purpose because they need to be by the beer tent. Okay, to be continued.
Yeah.
I'll keep reaching out to Nick and hope that he gives us something. Vendors, I have the vendor forms done. I have online registration as well as online payment if they would like that. Food vendors, I have been requested by a local business to not have a certain food vendor back because they serve the same food as this business. So I don't know what your thoughts are.
What food was it?
Mr. Italy. I can
Yes.
guess.
Yes.
Yeah.
Oh, the pizza.
Mm-hmm. Pizza guy.
And I'm fine with not having him back, but
I loved.
They
did
know.
really good.
And they're the only ones that stay all the way till close, and they're
So-
so sweet.
Here would be my question. If they want us to not have a pizza truck there, that's fine, but can we get a firm commitment that they will be open till the beer tent closes then?
Or selling
will they-
slices at the beer tent. Are they
Yeah.
willing to do
Well,
that too?
That's kind of up to Mikey's, actually.
Oh yeah.
If someone's going to be selling food in the beer tent, it should be them, honestly, if they want to do that. I mean, if they're okay with that, It's a discussion we could have with them, but like,
Yeah.
I want a commitment though that they're gonna be open until the beer tent closes, and that way people can get pizza. And maybe it'd be really great if they would deliver to the beer tent.
Yeah. Or during the festival, are they gonna sell outside? Are they gonna set up a little table?
Here's a thought on food trucks. I know, like, it brings up like a car show, but the Concourse de Elegance, when the people bring their cars there, they sign a contract. Doesn't matter if it's rain, shine, whatever, your car is there for the full show. And why can't we do that with the food trucks by saying, all right, look, if you want to be here, you are here.
Do you want to enforce that though? Do you want to be the
Also,
enforcer?
We don't charge a fee for them to be here,
Alright,
and
okay.
they don't charge, like, usually food trucks will charge you, if we don't make this much, you owe us this much. It's kind of been a mutual
Okay.
understanding that, and the only, last year I will take, 2 years ago was great. The food trucks were great. They stayed. Last year, there was definitely a lull between the car show closing and Sunset Boulevard starting. And I think people got a little nervous. So,
And someone ran out of food too, didn't they?
yes,
Yeah.
a bunch of, not a bunch, a couple of them
Yeah.
ran out, so they left.
At
But-
least it was just a thought.
Yeah.
No, it's a good one. The food trucks that we've established relationships with have been really great. And if you, on the food truck form, I did put that they can select which days they're attending and time slots. That way we can make sure we are covered. I'm just apprehensive because Mr. Italy is the one that I could count on to,
I know.
I
and
like
their meatball sub was the best thing
Yeah.
I've ever eaten.
Oh yeah. They ran out of those, or
Mhm.
like you got one of the last ones last
Mhm.
year. I like the food trucks. I like the feel of it. Because we don't like this event isn't like carnival rides and different things, and I feel like that really brings in like the feel of more of like a festival, being able to go around to all those food trucks like you could last year. It just made it I liked the environment that it bring. And
I did
so
too.
I would hate to limit things like that. And it's not, and I mean, even if they were this business that does not want Little Italy to come, if they were willing to set something up like a table, I mean,
And I
I
understand that
still
they're
don't
both
even,
pizza, but Mr. Italy is different, right? It's like wood fired. It's just not I know it's called pizza, but it's just not the same thing.
and that's like kind of like a staple, I feel like, to like most festivals nowadays, is like them having nicer pizza, like that being an option to get for like a food option. That's just my 2 cents. I do like like walking down Main Street and having all those food trucks on both sides, and just that feel of it, I guess.
Yeah, I loved the feel of East St. Clair last year.
Yeah.
I do have one food truck, it's not really food, confirmed. A employee of Senor Victor's started their own dirty
What
soda.
is that, by the way? Oh, that's you?
Oh, it's you?
Hi. Tell me what dirty soda is then. I saw that and I was like, what's a dirty soda?
It's like cream and flavoring and soda.
So it's like, have you heard like the Mormon Mom show that blew up on TikTok?
Yes, I have.
It's a swig in the South, or those states have a swig, and you do like a soda with a flavored cream, and like, so it started with just Dr. Pepper, lime, and coconut cream. And that's just what it was. And now people are doing all sorts of different ones. But I've seen them all over, and people are starting businesses in other states that don't have swigs. So yeah, I'm doing a little pop-up.
Oh, cool.
Yeah.
Cool.
So
I look forward to
she's the one
trying
I
it.
have confirmed.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Love it. Yeah, I never heard of that. That's cool. And I think that's like a nice mocktail option
Yes,
too for
yeah.
people who don't drink.
That was my thought.
Yeah.
Because I was like, all
That's
summer
cool.
last year, when I was pregnant, or not last year, 2 summers ago, that's all I drank was like flavored soda.
Yeah.
And so I do like energy drinks and lemonades too, so.
Oh, cool.
Yeah.
Yes.
We're on the energy drink train.
Can
Okay,
you-
I
lemonade.
have Alani's, Red Bulls.
Please
that's all I'm gonna cook up.
concoct something with an orange monster at some point.
So I have like
That
a
would be my
special
jam.
in my head for like the Heritage Festival to do like an orange creamsicle type soda.
Love it.
And then-
I'll be there.
Okay.
I will be there. Yes.
Okay, so I'll email you this food truck form too, just for you to fill out so I can record it. Or you can scan the handy QR code and
I will do that.
fill it out yourself and make
And
sure
make sure it works for us.
Yeah, make sure it works.
Yeah.
I will be honest, I did not double check them
okay.
because I didn't have time. And then vendor, I was kind of waiting to put all of this out publicly until we find out about the construction on Van Dyke. So as soon as I get the word that we're for sure good, I will get the vendor forms out. I'll email the food trucks with the forms, and I did print copies of the car show this morning before I found everything else out, so maybe don't hand those out quite yet, but okay, sponsorships. Packets are attached. I have the traditional sponsorship levels, the new Kids Zone sponsorship levels. I have a quote further on in your packet from Sparkles with 2 different options for Heritage Festival. We can decide when we get there which one works best for us, so I can book that. I did make fillable online forms and online payment methods for the traditional sponsorships, the Kids Zone sponsorships, as well as the car show award donation. The rest is physical stuff like the goodie bags, and the race prizes are like physical gift certificates, so I couldn't do those online, but I would like to include this entire packet along with a cover letter in with the next newsletter that I'm going to send out the beginning of April. So if anyone finds any corrections, please let me know ASAP. Sorry, I have to write myself a note. I think everything was covered. The only change this year was the Kids Zone, and I upped the deadline to July 25th. That way we can have the Heritage Fest banners in and up at least a month in advance. For the Kids Zones, I wasn't sure on what to include in the perks. I think that I landed on pretty fair perks compared to the traditional sponsorship levels. So let me know. Like I said, let me know if you think anything needs to change. And then the Kids Zone. This is everything except the bounce house. The bounce house is $300 with delivery. If a business picks that sponsorship level, that'll be covered. But this is everything else. There's 2 different options. Option 1 is having 4 people here. It's $2,200. And then option 2 would be 3 people, and the same person would be doing both face painting and glitter tattoos.
So I've never made it over there. How busy does it get?
busy.
So I would say
In the
for,
face painting and the glitter tattoos are quick. The face painting takes time.
Yeah.
So I feel like it would be much better to have two
Yeah.
people,
And what
and the sponsorship levels would more than cover the option one.
and what did we have last year? Did we not have that at all?
Last year we had Sparkles the Clown doing face painting and glitter tattoos, and then we had a balloon artist.
Okay.
And it was super backed up
Okay.
at her. So I think
I would prefer to do.
if the kids want something and the face
Before.
painting line is too long, a glitter tattoo is a acceptable alternative, I think.
Yeah, no, I think that's good. And especially we haven't requested kid-specific sponsorships. I think it will help cover our costs a little bit better too.
Yeah, and
So,
so,
yes, I would say-
if we have businesses sponsor all of the kids' things, we will have like $100 over what our actual cost will be to put towards something else. Oh, sorry, I skipped ahead. I didn't do the race. The race flyer is in here. That QR code is just a placeholder. We are waiting on Bob to get the site up and running. But the medals and swag are designed. I have not ordered them yet because we haven't discussed how many to order. If I'm gonna stick with, I think I did,
I don't even remember what we did last year now. I'd have to go
I
back and
definitely
look.
did 200 medals. I did not do 200 hats though. I'll look.
No, well, and I think, didn't we limit hats to the first X number?
Yeah.
Yeah. So,
I will also look at the price breaks on those bags because
Position.
then we can decide how many to order.
Yeah.
I think I'm gonna stick with 200 medals because we had
I don't think we're going to have over 200 runners.
some left over.
Yeah. I'd be shocked if we had 200 runners. That'd be absolutely wild.
For some reason, I feel like we ordered like 120 or something hats last year. It was not it was an,
Yeah, because it was odd. Yeah, I don't remember what we did now.
I forgot.
Oh,
Go ahead.
nope, go ahead. You're fine.
I was just gonna say I ordered the car show keychains
They're
for the goodie
adorable.
bags this year. They came in today. Super cute. Or I don't know if you say that to car guys, but whatever car guys would say.
They're rad.
They're awesome.
They're so rad.
Other than that, I think besides getting the QR code for the race registration,
I think we're in way better shape.
we're in such, as soon as I get the QR code for that, everything is done. Everything can go out.
That's
and,
amazing.
I wanted to do a lot of online registration this year for everything to hopefully mitigate the, all the paper and physical mail and checks. So, yeah.
We have to put someone in charge of vendors.
Yes. I was gonna
I
get
just
that.
saw
So
that.
Wayne is gonna be in charge of the car show again. We need somebody else in charge of vendors, and it doesn't even have to be a board member. The problem is that vendors needs to be somebody other than the three of us, because you'll be at registration,
Charlie will be at registration.
Charlie will
with
be
me.
at registration.
You two need to be downtown.
We need to be at the info tent coordinating volunteers and everything else. We need somebody solely dedicated to vendors, especially during check-in.
It's like a good job for Scott.
I was just gonna say, who's not here that
And
we
he's
can
not
give that job to?
And honestly, for car show, you should probably put Wayne/me, since I'm basically
Registration.
not basically. I'm in charge of registration now. Just kind of happened that way. because that was what I volunteered first with before I was even on the board. It's become my problem.
Is there anyone we can think of like in the community that could do, because I can check in food trucks if they're on East St. Clair again by the info tent. Vendors just have to be
And they need a little more attention. I
on
know
Mill
they do.
Street and they are much needier
I know.
than food trucks.
Even though Chris is not on the board, do you think that she'd still be
I-
willing to help
She
do
did say
that?
she was willing to volunteer, so I can ask her still.
Okay.
And I would love for her to do it since she did it last year. And
I know. She knows what she's doing.
Yeah,
knows
and
it.
it's not something that requires her to show up to all the meetings or anything like that.
No, she literally just has to
Yeah.
have the Excel spreadsheet and check
Yeah.
people in that morning. Yeah, I can ask Krista.
Okay.
Anything else? Did we run through that real quick?
I know. That was amazing.
Look at us.
To our lovely volunteer slash
Yes,
food truck
thank you
vendors.
so much for
Have
coming.
any questions, thoughts, suggestions?
No, I was just coming to kind of see what it was all about and ask questions about that stuff.
Have you been to Heritage Fest before?
Yeah.
Okay,
Yeah.
cool.
And I worked the one day last year.
Oh, did you? Okay.
It was the day that like the whole.
Was it
town
crazy?
moved.
Oh,
Yeah.
I was gonna say you do look familiar now that you said that because you girls came out and helped us. Yeah, I don't know that you've ever waited on me, but I remember you girls coming and helping us when we moved the tent, and yeah, it was so nice. Yes, cool.
we're excited. I'm cautiously optimistic with as far as we've gotten and getting everything done, and it's only March, so I'm excited. I'm just
Aaron, what did you help with last year? Parking? You gonna be in charge of parking this year?
As far as when you might charge it.
You are the go-to for parking.
and you give everybody the rundown on. I know nothing, so
I can make as many changes as
yes,
I want.
yes.
Sure can.
Oh, I
All the
like
changes.
You are the boss of the parking guys, and you tell them what to do.
And if you can recruit any more able-bodied parking helpers, because I'm sure we'll need a couple more this year.
I'm guessing Rob will be back. Kelsey.
Who's that?
Bob,
Bob. I'm like, who's that? I don't even know Bob's last name.
Calling him Rob.
Oh my gosh.
But I think he's the man.
I have
See,
not.
and I only ever get Body Shop Bob, so I didn't
Yes,
even know
Body
what his
Shop.
last name was.
I didn't either.
I'm like, who's that?
I'm sure he's gonna.
I would imagine.
I'm sure he
Haven't
will.
heard from him, but I'm sure.
Maybe I shouldn't ask now. What's up with Wayne? Is he not?
He's doing
He is.
it. He is.
He has
I
been
talked to him
working
today.
12 plus hour days. Hasn't even been coming to village council meetings, I guess, because he's been so busy at work. So Angela is meeting with him Friday.
Yeah.
So yes, he is still, but we want someone specifically in charge of parking and someone who's done it before. And I think you would be good at that.
And I think that
Thank
will
you.
help. So if we have somebody in charge of parking, registration is taken off his plate, he can focus mainly on
Judging.
judging.
And if you want to help judge too later in the day,
That was gonna be my next question.
yes, yes.
I would
So Wayne
love
will be
if
in
the
charge of
parking-
it, but
Yeah, he'll probably be in charge of the judging, but I would love if we did the same thing as last year where the parking guys, after everything was parked, went through and judged. We're not doing People's Choice this year. I have not told Wayne that yet, so I'm,
sorry, Wayne, when you watch this.
what?
Is it too much work?
Yeah.
Yes, and people get very, very angry when you don't take their ballots anymore because they're an
And
hour
people
or two
cheat.
past cutoff time. And
You should see them counting the ballots so behind the scenes.
it's like
crazy.
2 or 3 people for hours straight counting those ballots, and it is not worth it. I would rather do judging and give awards to first and second place and call it a day.
You know what would be cool? Instead of people's choice, how about the board's choice? I like it.
Yeah.
If we collectively,
Also,
if
I
we collectively
have
as a
not
board
yet
picked our favorite car.
been
how fun
able
would that
to.
I
look
haven't
at the
either,
whole car
but
show.
maybe we would actually get to them.
Oh, golf cart rentals.
Oh,
Could you talk to your husband?
I'm sure
please?
he will. Same as
We did
last year,
one on Friday and
which I don't even
three.
think we really used, honestly, much. did
I
we?
don't think we needed.
But let's still have
well,
it.
No, we did not need it on Friday. We did need it on Sunday for picking up race signs. So 1 on Sunday, 3 on Saturday, maybe. And I will also see if Novax will do 2 gators instead of 1, so that DPW can have 1 for trash and we can have 1 because it went significantly faster in case we need
Yes.
anything for the bed of it. Let me write that down. Do we want to try to reach out to Great Lakes Transit Authority again to see if they'll provide a shuttle from the high school? The only thing is if we reach out to them now and get on their schedule, because last year the problem was that they only do so many of those a year and they were already booked. I could reach out ahead and get on their schedule, but we will not know if the school lots are open until the youth football schedule is released, which won't
Right.
be until
And
the
here's the
summer.
worst case. We cancel with GLTA then, right? Because does it
Yeah.
cost us anything? I didn't think so. So yes, get on their schedule. And if we have to cancel it, if we can't use the parking lot, we cancel it. I'd rather have it if we can than not have it and we could.
And to be honest, I could also reach out to the school and get the parking lot usage now.
Mhm.
Um,
And
for
or
the,
what about Dean too?
Mm,
I know that was kind of an option last year, but I think we waited too long also. I think they couldn't get
yeah,
drivers or
something
something.
about
Yeah.
insurance and liability, but I will reach out to them
Okay.
again. Anything else we have on Heritage Fest?
No, that the busing was a great idea though, because that was towards the end of registration. That was an issue for a lot of people, is that there was nowhere to park.
Oh,
And they were pulling in there trying to figure out where they can, like regular pedestrians trying to figure out where they could park.
where did, and I should know this, and I do not, because I know the plan was to have trailer cars park their trailer in the saddlery lot, but I don't know if that ever happened. Do we know where trailers were parked?
Do you know?
School.
High school?
I don't know where they're parked.
Oh, you know what, you're right. We
They're
did
high
trailer,
school.
yep, at the last second, I put a little trailer logo on the high school.
Okay.
Okay, so I'll reach out to the school to get parking lot usage.
Okay. For trailer
See,
and
that
overflow.
Now that also maybe working in our favor with the football schedule.
It's youth football, they're not gonna put any consideration into it, but if we have usage, we start earlier, unfortunately.
Matt said yes to golf carts.
Thank you, Matt.
He didn't quite say it that nicely, but he said, I suppose.
Well, thank you. Tell him I have a keychain for him.
He will appreciate that keychain.
Mhm.
Oh, it'll just make his day.
And that was a silver sponsorship that we did last year, right? I think so.
We'll figure it out. I'm not worried about that. Who
Yeah,
knows?
I'm not necessarily either, but if he wanted to
Yeah, it was.
do the photo booth sponsor and have his logo on everything, you know what I mean? Like now that we have more,
Yeah, I'll show him when we get home and think about that.
that's all I have, ladies and gentlemen. There is, well, I feel like we are much farther ahead
We got 15 minutes to go.
and I'm excited.
Same.
I'm ready for warm weather.
Yep. Tomorrow for me.
Are you leaving for Florida tomorrow?
Yeah.
Florida.
I won't be warm till Friday morning, probably.
All
but,
right,
yeah.
am I ending this?
Yes, end it. Let's be done.
Thank you guys so much for being here.
Yes. I'm excited to try a dirty soda.
They're pretty fun.
Yeah.
I've had lots of stomach aches, taste testing them all